Welcome back. I'm so happy you're here. We are going to have an everyday flow that's super yummy and feel good. And so whenever you're ready, we are going to start in a child's pose. You can allow the knees to part and the big toes to come to touch. Then gently release the chest down and reach the arms out in front of you. And already just take a deep breath in to reach the fingertips a little further away from you, elongating the side bodies. And as you exhale, really sink the hips back. Maybe rocking the head from side to side on your mat for a few moments. And slowly just begin to shift your awareness towards your breathing. Noticing the sensations of your inhales and exhales without changing or manipulating the breath too much yet. Just notice it. Feeling the lungs expand and deflate. Now see if you can invite a bit more control in your breath. Taking a full breath in through the nose, feeling the belly and the chest expand. And a slow breath out through the mouth. Deep breath in. Feeling this breath expand into the back a little more, and then take that breath out. Beginning to invite just enough control in your breathing so that your focus falls there. And as you continue to invite these slower, mindful breaths, just notice the surface below you and feel the connection of where your body is connected to your mat. Feel that support. Just allow all your weight to melt down into the surface below you. And right here, just remind yourself that you're doing a great job. Take a deep breath in. Don't rush this exhale as you breathe out. And if you'd like, on that next inhale, gently press yourself up into a tabletop. And I encourage you to keep the eyes closed here. We want to stay in this meditative state where we're controlling our breath. So on that next inhale, lift the gaze and allow the belly to drop. Exhale, round, tuck the chin into the chest. Inhale, lift the gaze, drop the belly. Your exhale, round, tuck the chin into the chest. We're going to continue to move, connecting the breath to our movement here. So see if as you take that next breath in, you can tuck the toes and then lift the knees an inch off your mat. Keeping the core engaged, and then as you exhale, send the hips up and back for your downward dog. We're pausing here for 3 breaths. See if you can notice each of them, letting them be slow and drawn out. And making this downward dog work with how you're feeling right now, which is probably completely different than how you felt yesterday, and that's okay. Maybe you bend the knees a little bit more here. Maybe you release the knees all the way down and just pause in a child's pose if that feels best today. When you're ready, from your downward dog or your tabletop, whichever option feels best, invite a slow inhale to roll yourself forward to a plank. And then as you exhale, we're releasing the knees down as you lower yourself all the way down to your mat. Untuck the toes and walk that left foot back and then the right. And from here, come to spider tip fingers, peeling the elbows high, and on an inhale, lift the chest, pressing up. Exhale, lowering yourself down like a wave. Matching this movement to your next inhale, peel yourself high. Exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, peel up, pressing down through the tops of the feet. Exhale, melt down, extend that right arm out to a T, melt that right ear on your mat, and place that left hand right next to the chest. Bend that left knee, and then we're rolling ourselves onto our right hip here. Show a gentle twist. Take a full breath in. Gently breathe out. On that next exhale, come back to center, and then we're just finding this on the other side, extending that left arm by the side, left ear on the mat, bending that right knee and rolling over. Take a deep breath in, and a slow breath out. Take a breath. With your awareness on this next inhale, come back to center, tuck the toes, and notice if you want to find a baby cobra on that next inhale, lifting the chest, or maybe you want to straighten the arms and press yourself all the way up. As you take your next exhale, engage the core and find yourself back in your downward dog. Inhale, peel that right leg high. Exhale, bend that right knee, stack the hips. And then take 2 slow hip circles, moving inward with that right knee. And then inhale to re-straighten that right leg. Exhale, hug the knee into the nose, rock forward. And then step that foot to the outside of that right hand. See if you can stay lifted on that left leg. And for the next few moments, we're just rocking ourselves forward and back here. Deep breath in. Control the exhales you breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, release that left knee down. Kickstand that left foot out to the side. We're moving into a gate pose here. So we're sweeping that right leg back behind us. That right arm reaches. Breathe in. Breathe out. That right arm extends towards the top of your mat. Maybe peeling the chest up to the sky a little bit more. Feeling a nice elongation in the right side body. Breathe in. As you breathe out, melt that right hand back down. Extend that right leg high. Left arm reaches out in front of you, or maybe you keep the fingertips tapped down here depending on your balance. Working with where you're at in this moment. Breathe in. As you breathe out, if you would like, you can reach back behind you, bending that right knee, and press the foot into the hand, peeling the chest up. Inhale. Exhale without slingshotting. Release this down. Left hand goes down. Take that right foot and cross it behind the left, send the gaze towards the right toes. Inhale. And exhale. Don't neglect this next inhale as you slowly, with control, return back to center, straightening that right leg. And then gently place that right knee on your mat. We're finding a puppy pose here, and so gently release the chest down, walk the hands out in front of you. Feeling this melting sensation in the upper part of the body. Breathe in fully. Exhale completely. If the mind feels extra noisy right now, that's okay. The mind was designed to think. It offers us creative thought and decision making. We don't always need to tap in that space. So right here, with every breath, just keep inviting your focus back to your inhales and exhales. And noticing the sensation of that next in-breath as you roll yourself forward into a Sphinx pose here. So you might need to reset the arms here so they're directly in a 90-degree angle under the shoulders. Shine the heart forward. Knowing how good this is for your low back, even if it doesn't feel like such an intense sensation right here. Breathing in and breathing out. When you're ready, tuck the toes and gently press yourself back into a downward dog when you're ready. From here, inhale, roll yourself forward to a plank. Take your exhale to lower half or all the way down, knees lifted or lowered, and then press up, inhale into your heart opener. Whatever it looks like is perfect. Just notice what it feels like in your body here. And then without rushing this movement, engage the core and find your downward dog. And right here, just send a little appreciation for your body on this next breath. And maybe that looks like just repeating a soft thank you in the mind. Inhale, that left leg reaches. Exhale, release the heel towards the glute, stack the hips. And right here, 2 hip circles, slowly lubricating the hip joint. Moving that left leg inward. Keeping the foot engaged, either flexed or pointed. And then inhale, straighten that left leg. Exhale, hug the knee into the nose, rock forward. And then step that foot to the outside of that left hand. And then we're taking about 4 breaths here to rock yourself forward and back. Keep that right thigh engaged and strong. Notice if there's any tightness or ickiness, and see if you can pinpoint where in the body that sensation's coming from. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out as you release that right knee down, kickstand it out to the side, and we're sliding that left leg back behind us, whole sole of that left leg and left foot on your mat to reach that left arm high, finding our gate pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, that left hand reaches towards the front of your mat, seeing if you can peel the chest up towards the ceiling or sky a little more. Expanding the heart. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, melt that left hand back down. Keep that left leg extended as you extend that right arm. Maybe you keep the hands tented. Take a breath in. Breathe out, bend that left knee, reach that right arm back behind you, maybe making a connection. Finding a soft back bend here. Nothing crazy. Inhale. Gently, as you exhale, come out of this pose, placing that right hand down, and then we're reaching that left leg out over towards the right, sending the gaze towards the left toes. Take a breath, expanding into the left side body. On your next inhale, lift that left leg back up high. Exhale, left knee goes down, and take any wiggles you need right here. Maybe you just dip one shoulder down and then the other. Close the eyes, maybe taking another round of cat and cow. There's no right or wrong. And when you're ready, find your downward dog. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, breathe out. And right here, really spread the fingers wide. Press your mat away, keeping the knees as bent as you need, and know that your heels do not need to touch the mat. Feel your strength in this pose, breathing in fully. Open mouth, breathe out. Take your time and walk your feet to meet your hands, finding yourself folded over your legs at the top of your mat. Bend the knees enough so that the belly can rest on the thighs here. Plant the hands on your mat or maybe on your shins, whatever is accessible. And then see what happens if you shift the weight a little bit more into the toes, rocking yourself forward here. Notice the sensation that invites in the backs of the legs. Take a deep breath into halfway lift here. Place the hands on the hips. Exhale very slowly, melt yourself down, keeping a flat back. Core is engaged. And right when you feel like the spine is going to curve and melt down, pause in that space. With a flat back. Take a deep breath in, lift the chest up and shoulders back a little bit more. As you exhale, can you keep this flat back and hinge down a little bit more? Maybe using the hands to really press the hips back behind you, elongating the spine. Breathe in. Soft bend in the knees, breathe out. Melting down a little bit more. Keep shifting the weight into the toes. Head is neutral in line with the spine. Inhale. Now as you exhale, allow the spine to roll. Notice if that allowed you to fold a little bit deeper here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step that right leg back behind you. We're finding a high lunge here, so really engage that left thigh. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release that left heel down. Find your warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg, arms reach high. Exhale, sink a little deeper in your warrior two. Inhale, right arm reaches forward. Exhale, keep the depth in the legs as you reach that right arm back behind you. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame that front foot. Release that left knee down. Breathe in. As you breathe out, straighten that left leg. Breathing in. And breathing out. Inhale. Exhale, engaging that right thigh. Inhale, rock yourself forward. Ground down through that left hand here and place that right hand on the thigh. Take a breath in to expand the chest, and as you breathe out, we're twisting here. Taking this twist for the next 3 breaths wherever you would like. You can extend that right arm high or maybe bend that left knee and reach back behind you, making a connection with that foot. One more breath. Keep your control on the breath. It's a mental game without slingshotting that leg. If you took a grasp of it, very gently place that left leg back down. Sweep that right arm back to frame that foot. Tuck that left toe, lift the knee, breathe in. As you breathe out, extend that right leg back behind you for your downward dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower half, roll all the way down. Inhale, peel up for your heart opener. Exhale, downward dog. When you're ready, walk your feet to meet your hands, finding yourself folded over the legs at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Place the hands on the hips. Exhale, fold down with a flat back. And once you get to that place where you feel like the spine wants to roll down, that's where you pause. Keeping the upper back engaged, using the hands to press the hips back behind you, elongating the spine a little bit more. Not locking out the knees here, but keeping engagement in the thighs. Breathe in fully. As you breathe out, can you melt a little deeper as you shift the weight forward? We're building sustained flexibility here. Getting into our deep tissues, breathe in. As you breathe out, can you melt a little deeper? Inhale. Now as you exhale, allow the spine to curve, maybe wrapping the arms behind the legs. And just notice if you can fold even a little bit more than that last forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt down, forward fold. Step that right leg back behind you this time. Take your time to engage that right thigh, and then with control, inhale, the arms reach high. Relaxing the shoulders. Exhale, peel open for your warrior two. Use a strong inhale to straighten that left leg, arms reach high. Exhale, sink in your warrior two. Notice if you're clenching the jaw. Can you relax the shoulders? On an inhale, reach that left arm forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, placing that right arm on your mat. We're setting up for a twist here. So that left hand goes on the thigh. You can release that back knee down or keep it lifted. Take a breath. Maybe you make a connection with that back foot. Inhale. Exhale without slingshotting out of it. That left hand goes down to frame that left foot. Send the hips back, straighten that left leg. Take 2 more deep breaths. Inhale, roll yourself forward, tuck that back toe, lift the knee. Extend that left leg back behind you, find your downward dog. And you can move through another flow here or make your way into a child's pose. And then once you find your child's pose, press yourself up into a seat. Let the right hand fall on the belly, the left hand on the heart. Take a deep breath in, feeling the hands rise with the belly and the chest. Exhale. For the next few moments, just feel your breath here. Take a slow breath in. Pause, retain the breath. A slow breath out. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Now continue with this for a few more breaths, but see if rather than allowing these pauses to be rigid, can you begin to circle out the breath here? Letting the pauses morph into the following breath. Take your time, swing the legs out in front of you. We're moving into a wide-legged forward fold. Take a breath in, keeping the toes flexed and facing away from you. Try not to let them cave inward. Draw a deep breath in. And as you exhale, begin to melt the heart down just like we did in our standing forward fold. Keep the back lengthened. Inhale. Exhale, can you fold down a little bit more? Maybe the hands stay on the hips. Inhale. Now as you exhale, rounding to what feels good. Releasing all the weight in the head. Doing your best not to go on autopilot here. Being aware of every breath you're taking. Notice if you can already fold a little deeper here. Inhale. Exhale, melt down a little bit more. And on that next in-breath, press yourself back up high. Then very gently, we're moving into a frog pose. But if you already know frog pose is not for you, you can recline yourself on your back or maybe find a seated butterfly, placing the soles of the feet together. But if you'd like a deeper hip opening, you're going to invite the toes outward and then gently just walk your knees about the width of your mat and what feels comfortable. Take a breath in. And then you can stay lifted here, maybe gently rocking yourself forward and back, or you can recline yourself onto your elbows. Remembering that this posture is meant to feel uncomfortable. So see if you can notice where in the body you're feeling that uncomfortable sensation. And with every exhale, you're trying to relax into it. Finding your edge in this pose, that place where it's not too uncomfortable or painful to where you have to come out of it, but it's just uncomfortable enough to where you're forced to be present in this moment. That place right before you have to come out of the pose. That's where we want to be. We're here for about 6 more breaths. I promise they will pass. And if you're already done with your 6 breaths, try to breathe a little slower. Notice if on that next exhale you can melt a little deeper in the posture. Is there anywhere else you can relax? Maybe it's in the face or the hands. One more deep breath in. And breathe out. When you're ready, there's no graceful way to come out of this pose, so maybe you bring the big toes back together, and then we're scooching ourselves on to our glutes. And take your time. We're reclining all the way down onto our mat. If you like to pause through a boat pose here for a few breaths, you can. You can lift one leg and then the other. You can always extend the legs, or maybe you keep the toes on your mat. You're still working your core here. Breathe in and breathe out. Stay with it. Inhale, shoulders back. Exhale, lower yourself all the way down onto your mat. Hug the knees into the chest. Plant the sole of your right foot on your mat and cross your left ankle over the right. Keep flexion in that left foot, and you can pause just like this, or maybe you reach for behind the right thigh and gently pull the legs in. Feeling a good sensation in the left glute. Take a deep breath in. Notice your chest as you breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Take another deep breath in. And gently as you breathe out, we're extending the arms out to a T and just releasing the legs over towards the right. You can just allow that left leg to relax. Maybe cross that leg underneath the right. Or maybe just keep the knees together. The gaze can go to the left if that feels good. And see if you can keep your awareness on your chest softly rising and falling here. And at the pace of your next inhale, return back to center with the legs. And then this time we're crossing that right ankle over the left thigh, and you could stay or gently pull the legs in. Whenever you're ready, full breath in. Slow, controlled breath out. Relax the shoulders, unclench the jaw. One more deep breath in. And as you breathe out, we're finding our twist on the side, so releasing the legs over towards the left. Keeping both shoulders on your mat. On your next inhale, whenever feels right, come back to center. Straighten the legs like you're going to make an imprint on the ceiling. You can keep a soft bend in the knees, and if you'd like, you can even reach for behind the thighs. For a gentle inversion here, getting the blood flowing to our heart and brain. Inhale. And exhale. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, notice if there's any other movement you feel like you need. And then we're gently finding a pause in Savasana for a few breaths. Not skipping this part, the most important part. Find stillness in the body. The breath begins to naturally slow down. Maybe the hands fall on the belly, or maybe they extend down by the sides. Unfurrowing the brows, relaxing the cheeks and eyes. Unclench the jaw. Melt the shoulders down. Relax the arms and fingers. And on that next breath, notice the chest rise and fall. Now invite this awareness to the belly. The hips are relaxed. Same with the thighs, knees. Notice your shins and calves. Relax your ankles and feet. Gently bring your awareness back to the rise and fall of the chest. And gently bring your awareness back to that next breath. Offer yourself the gift to rest here for as long as you need. And without moving the body just yet, take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just give yourself a little compliment. Maybe a soft "I love you," or a reminder that you're enough. Something good. If you'd like to begin to wake up the body, you can gently rock the head or knees from side to side. Maybe you invite another full body stretch, reaching long. And find yourself rolled onto one side. Take a pause there as you breathe in. And breathe out. And then gently press yourself up into a seat. Place the palms together at heart center. Use an inhale to invite the thumbs to the center of the forehead for good thoughts. And as you breathe out, let them fall to the lips for good words. Inhale. And as you exhale, let them fall to the heart for good intentions toward yourself and others. The light in me sees and has so much love for the light in you. Namaste. Living her life.